good. Okay. Hey everyone, it's me and Tammy here on Sunday afternoon, and we thought we'd come into the office to talk about evaluation. Or, like, how do you know if something worked or not? And Tam and I were just kicking around some ideas. She has a lot of really good ones. So, Tam, what do you think evaluation is? Like, how do you know if something worked?
I'm not sure I'd separate. I think, can I talk about the circular
I
process?
do. I think that's good.
Okay. So I see evaluation as I think if we have this social work circle in any of our practice that starts with assessment and then goes to intervention and finishes with evaluation. And I think as social workers are really pretty good about doing assessment and being sure that we're figuring out what the problem is before we're coming up with a plan to address it. We're really extra good at coming up with plans because we like that, but we're not as good about looking at evaluation and thinking about whether or not what we did worked. I think sometimes if something doesn't work, we often say, oh, that person didn't do what they needed to do in order to be successful with their evaluation, rather than considering that perhaps the intervention, there was something flawed with the intervention itself.
That's a really good point.
Yeah. So, but I see them as a circular process that starts with assessment, goes to intervention, and concludes with evaluation, and then it circles right back onto assessment again.
What do you mean?
So as soon as we're done with an intervention, we move to this evaluative stage of saying, I wonder if whether or not what I did worked, and maybe looking at both evaluating my role in it and also the whole intervention plan, which probably involves something beyond just my work in it, and how successful that was. What were the issues before that were trying to be addressed, and where do those issues stand now? And if and if they aren't, if we really haven't had sort of the change that we're looking for, then we need to go back and start with assessment again and saying, I wonder if we're needing to look at something differently. I wonder if what we thought was the issue isn't really the issue, and maybe we need to go back to whatever the client system is we're working with and relook at it.
Oh, that's so cool. So this week, for your post, think about what Tammy said and tell us what your thoughts are and how you experienced it this week as well.